Allison, we're really looking forward to the auction on April 6th. Can you give us some information about it, please?
Sure, yeah, we're really excited about it. The CRA has this event every year. We've been doing it for over 20 years. And it's really a combination of an award night and an auction. It's going to take place at the Stationery Factory on April 6th, Friday night, April 6th. Starts at 6 o'clock. And the silent auction kicks off the evening. And at 7 o'clock, tables start closing. And then we do the awards starting at 7:30. And 8 o'clock, we start the live auction. There's 50-50 raffles, there's a Chinese raffle, a lot of fun things going on. There'll be music by Mark Franklin, who's a local artist. I think him and his son are going to be there together. And there's lots of great food. Kelly's Package Store will provide a cash bar. The Biz of Coffee is going to have a complimentary coffee bar for people.
The first auction that you mentioned that will close in an hour, that's raffles. How does that first one work?
So we'll have two different tables set up. The first table will close at 7 o'clock. It has a wide variety of auction items. So there'll be things like sports memorabilia, restaurant coupons, museum tickets, things for like the car wash.
So people that are there would go pick up a ticket, fill out their name. What's the average price that a ticket would be?
Well, what you do is when you come, first of all, there's a $10 admission fee. So when you come in, there is a $10 charge at the door. And then you would go register, you would get your bidding number. And then what you do is you just circulate around the silent auction tables. You look at the items. There's a good description of every item. And if you're interested in something, you put down your number, your bidding number, and the amount that you would like to pay for it. And then just make sure you keep going back and checking on it, because if you really want it, other people are going to be bidding on it at the same time. And if you really want it, you want to keep going back and checking to see if you've still got the winning bid.
So they'll post the highest bid so that you know what you're up against. Right, you have
a sheet of paper right there with the item you're looking at, and then you can put down your bidding number. Say it's bidding number 25 and I'd like to bid $50 on it. Someone else might come along and bid $55, so you want to come back and bid $60 if you really want it.
Good point. So this is not something you could participate in if you weren't there. Is there any part of the auction you can participate in without being there?
There is one way that you can participate, and that's we have a Chinese auction. There's two items. One will be a lottery tree. So we have a tree with all kinds of lottery tickets on it, as well as some cash. And we also have a famous Ernie DeGeorgis wooden bowl that will be the other Chinese auction item. So you can buy 5 tickets and you can put them all into the lottery tree basket. You can put it into the wooden basket. You can split them up. But those will be the two items. You can come to the CRA and buy those tickets next week, or it'll be April 2nd, I guess. From April 2nd, all week, Monday through Friday, you'll be able to come into the CRA, go to the front desk, and you can buy tickets for the Chinese raffle.
For those two items?
Right.
Okay,
yeah.
Great. You say some sports memorabilia. Are there any that you could highlight?
We have a baseball signed by Dustin Pedroia. We do have a couple footballs, and I can't tell you honestly who signed them, but they're documented. There's a hockey puck. There's a football player from the Patriots. We have a whole bunch of Red Sox memorabilia from when they won the first World Series back in 2004. Breaking the big long stretch.
The Babe Ruth curse.
Right. So we have something from Poppy, Manny, and then Johnny Damon. There's 4 or 5 different framed pictures and things like that as well.
And you have tickets for this season's games?
Yes, we do. We have a 4-pack or 4 seats, I should say, to one game. We have 2 tickets for another game. So.
I understand our high school students are going to be involved in this auction this year?
Yeah, the high school kids are great. They get very creative. They've been very supportive of the CRA for many years. And what they'll do is come up with something. For instance, the Nordic ski team will donate their services. So the whole team will come to your house for about 3 hours, and they'll do any of the types of work that you need done. They'll rake your lawn, they'll spread your mulch, they'll dig up your weeds, they'll do whatever you want. I've been on that before. They are well worth it. They work really hard. They're not sitting around talking. The coaches are there, and they stay busy, and they get a lot of work done. We also have the boys baseball team that donates 2 yards of mulch, and they come to your house and spread it. The youth advisory board is providing a dinner for you. So they will cook the dinner and bring it to your house. They have a menu, so you can pick what it is you'd like. Very creative, very creative.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
And your CRA Board of Governors
They
have an
will-
interesting gift, I understand?
Yes, they do. So the theme is kind of a tropical theme this year, and they put together a really nice basket that has like the beach umbrella, a couple lawn chairs, probably some rum. There's usually a little bit of alcohol involved, hats, snacks, some beer, that kind of thing. So nice big basket.
For a great day at the beach, sounds great.
Yeah, yeah.
You have a night in Boston also being
Oh,
auctioned?
yes. That's a really exciting, it's a beautiful hotel right down on the water. And honestly, I don't remember the name of the hotel, but it's donated by one of our board members. Have a beautiful room there, and it's an overnight, and it also includes a dinner at a local restaurant down there. It's owned by a woman who used to live up here. They moved down to Boston, her and her husband, and they've opened this restaurant, and it's quite a hot spot in Boston now. So we have a $100 gift certificate for a visit there too.
And Paul Mark will be with us at the auction?
Yes, so that kind of leads me to the awards a little bit. What we do at this event is we also recognize local community leaders, people who have volunteered at the CRA and throughout our community, and this is like the best part of the night to me, is where we're actually able to recognize these people that have just given back so generously. And this year, the GIB award winner is Brendan Ronayne, and the volunteer of the year is Ben Melly. And then we also recognize 2 youth, so boy and girl of the year, and that will be Nick Schneider and Kelly McMahon. And Paul Mark comes to the event. He's come every year for as long as I can remember, and he has a signed citation from the state, from House of Representatives, and he presents it to them. And also this year, for the first time at our auction anyways, he's also donating an item. He's offering to give you and your family, up to 4 people, a personal tour of the State House, and he'll take you out to lunch. So you just can't find that anywhere. So come out to the auction and bid on it. So it's pretty unique.
Sounds great. And I understand that some young person, well, it doesn't have to be a young person, could have a very special birthday party.
Yes, the fire department donates like a birthday party. It's the fire truck. You can use the fire truck. They'll bring it to your house, and your child can have a birthday party. You can kind of do with it what you want, as long as the fire department's okay with it. But typically it goes to a family who wants to have a birthday party for their child. So, I mean, as you can kind of see, there's a lot of local ties to all of this, whether it's the fire department or the high school or our youth advisory board or something like that. A lot of local businesses contribute, and you've got like Kelly's Package Store and the Biz of Coffee and the Stationery Factory. It's just a really great community event.
Holiday Brook Farm.
Yep, they've donated a couple items as well. Yep.
And Sheer Perfection.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're a hairdresser place right here in Dalton. Yeah.
And there's some special carrot cake and carrot cake cupcakes.
Yes, and that's one of our employees is a master chef. She's a dessert specialist, so she is actually auctioning off one of her carrot cakes, and she'll also make a dozen cupcakes, and those will get auctioned off. And speaking of food, the Dalton restaurant is also donating one of their famous chocolate cakes. That will be getting auctioned off as well.
Okay. How long has the auction been an event in Dalton?
This will be our 24th year.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the initiative that started it in the first
Well,
place?
it's a fundraiser for us. That's how it started. It used to be we had 2 events. One was the award event, and that would be one night. And then we'd also have the auction as a fundraiser on another evening. We decided to combine them. So it's been combined for about the last 5 years. But it is a major fundraiser for us. It supports all of our youth programs. You know, people are kind of familiar with the sports programs that we offer, but we also have a lot of free programs that we offer for our teens. So we have free tutoring, we have some mentoring programs, Big Buddies, Little Buddies, where we match high school students up with elementary kids that need a positive role model. And they get together about once a month. They do events here, and then they can travel around. Sometimes we take them to the museum, the bowling alley, do things like that. We have a Junior Leaders program, which is teaching kids about giving back to the community and teaching them leadership skills. We do that for the middle school and the high school. The high school, it's a kind of a collaboration that we do with Rotary. They have an Interact group, so it's kind of a combination: senior leaders, senior leaders, and Interact. And the high school kids do all kinds of events around the community. We also have a youth advisory board, which I've mentioned before, and that's a group of high school students. They're nominated by the school administration, and they help the CRA decide what some of the needs are in the community and what the kids need. And just over the past couple years, through the youth advisory board, we've started SAT prep classes. We've done a youth employment program, and this year we started a shadow program. They used to have the shadow program is an opportunity for kids on February 2nd, which is Groundhog Day, to go shadow someone in the community that works in the field that they're interested in going into. And it used to be funded and run at the high school. Well, unfortunately, they lost the funding for it, and they really haven't been able to keep it going. And one of our youth advisory board students said, you know what, I didn't have an opportunity to do that last year. I think it'd be a great thing for us to bring back. So that's what we did here, and it was really through the youth advisory board. So we had 50 students this year that went out and shadowed someone on Shadow Day.
That's impressive.
Right. So this is what the auction is all about. We're trying to raise money for these programs because these programs are free to our students.
The pattern was a kit, and it was put together at the senior center. It took me about a month to get it all together, and then I sent it off to the fabulous quilter over here, Debbie King, and she did the hard work on it.
Which is putting the 3 layers together.
Right, to finish the product here. Right. Oh, come in.
So, Debbie, could you tell us a little about the process of putting the 3 layers together?
Well, I have a long arm quilting machine, and it has 3 rollers. So I have to load the top, I load the back, and I float the batting. And my long arm is like 36 inches long, and it's on coaster, so I draw freehand with like a pencil. And it stitches whatever I draw.
And you have a variety of thread in this finish.
This one is a variegated thread on the black area, and then I used like a sage green in the middle.
Very nice.
And the backing is flannel, so it's nice and cozy.
Well, yeah, nice and warm.
Well, I think a lot of people will be interested in
And
taking
it
chances
is
on
queen
this.
size.
Queen size.
Right.